In this module, we are going to look on how to fix Git conflicts, all right? Sometimes this conflict may occur due to some reasons. Majorly, this reason occur due to two reasons. And number one is poor communication. For example, if you are not communicating with the other developers well, just to ensure that you're not working on the same features, on the same branches, this conflict will occur. Number two is because of common interest. Sometimes as a developer, you have been told maybe to choose some feature that you are supposed to work on, and you end up maybe two developers choosing the same features without really communicating to each other. And so these common interests usually also bring conflict when working with Git. And so let us dive in and just see this in a practical sense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going back to, let me just pull this a little bit here. So I'm going just to clear this guy. So I'm in the Git test folder, and in this folder, if you can remember, if I can list the files, we have the test.txt file, we have the test2, and if you can list the branches, if you can remember also, we have two branches, all right, so far. We have the branch master and the branch test2 branch. So assuming that now we are two developers and we're working on these two branches, let us say I'm working on the master branch and my colleague is working on the test2 branch, all right? So I'm assuming that now my colleague is working on the test2 branch. So I'm going to check out into test2 branch so that we can be able to see how this conflict can occur. So I'm going to check out like this to test2 branch. So now I'm on test2 branch. If I list the branch, you can see. So now I'm on test2 branch. And what I'm going to do is that on test2 branch, I'm going to add a file here, or I'm going to make some changes onto this test.txt file, all right? So here I'm going just to add some changes here. I'm going to say testing Git locally like a dude without knowledge. So that is the coding I've done for several days. Wonderful code. All right. So now I'm going to commit these changes. So let us just shift back to this guy. So here what I'm going to do, let me just do git status very fast. So as you can see, we have this modified change. I'm going to commit to add all this file first, like this, and then I'm going to git commit, and the message can be added text to test.txt. all right, so that is the message for the commit. And then I'm going now to shift to master, so I'm going to git checkout, like that. Once now I'm on master, I'm also going to edit this file again, all right? So this is an example of how conflict can occur when we work on the same feature. Now I'm on master branch, and on this test2, I'm going to add something that is totally different as compared to what we did add on test2 branch, all right? So here I'm going to say I think a conflict will occur. All right. So once I've done this, I'm also going to commit this file. So git status to check our status. Okay, I'll modify that file. Git add. Okay. Once I've added this file, let me just commit this file, git commit, and I'm going to say modified master test.txt, enter. So far what we have done, we have added a change in test2 branch, and we have added a change in master branch, all right? So we have changes on the same file but on different branches. which means when you try to merge these branches, Git will become confused. It won't know which exactly change to maintain when merging, all right, because we have modified the same file. So now if I try to merge git merge and I try to merge our guy by the name test branch 2, something interesting will happen here. And you can see it throws an error and tells me that merge conflict test automatic merge failed. So that is a case on how merge conflict can occur. And if you're using Visual Studio Code or any text editor, it will give you something like this. All right. So this is how you fix a merge. It will give you this line. You see there's some arrows here which show the current changes. All right. Then there is some equal signs here which shows the incoming changes. So what you are supposed to do is to delete the changes that you don't want and to leave the changes that you want to be maintained in the file. All right. In this case, I would just like to maintain the changes that are coming from the test2 branch. So I'm going to delete this upper side, these upper changes from master branch, and I'm also going to delete these. You see these arrows here and this line here. I don't need this because they're just there to indicate where these changes are coming from. So I'll also delete that. And once I've done that, I'm going again to commit or to save and commit these changes. So if I go back to my console here and I say git status like this, you'll see that it will tell me that I've done some modification here during merge. So I'm supposed to git add this file like this, and again I'm supposed to git commit, all right, and then I say solved merge conflict, for example. So once I've done this, if I again try to git merge, it will tell me that I'm already up to date, or in other words, I've already solved the merge and I have no problem merging. All right. So that is how merge conflict can occur in Git, and that is how you can be able to solve Git merge conflict.